What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. We're getting on track now. Yes. I missed you guys, even though we did a podcast episode on Tuesday. Anyway, we're back. And this episode, of course, is brought to you by the Heather Presley. And you can find our merchandise at theheatherpresley.com. And we have a super sexy, sassy discount code for you. It's 60% off the entire website with no minimum order. And that discount code is 2023. So make sure you put that in at checkout. And then, of course, you get free shipping over $100. So go check out theheatherpresley.com. All right, I'm going to continue. I want to tell you guys a quick...
just in the corner taking his clothes off.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening all of a sudden.
It's getting hot in
He just
here.
left.
So take off. Okay, I got to tell you guys a funny story. So last night we had one of our neighbor girls have dinner with us. Now, when the parents of our neighbors' kids' friends ask me, hey, can my kid come to dinner with you guys? I immediately stress out because, as we already know, your girl can't cook that good.
How old is the kid, though?
Haley's age.
Oh.
No, she's old. Yeah, she's 7 or 8.
Chicken nuggets will pass the test, I guess.
Yeah, so I was like, what am I going to do? So I wanted to make burgers, but I did the math. Now, going to buy burger stuff and fries is the same price as going to In-N-Out Burger without getting drinks, like just burgers and fries.
Yeah.
In-N-Out's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, it was $30,
not bad.
and the meat would have been like what, $10, then the cheese and the lettuce and the bun, and we ran out of mayo, and then the fries. It'd be about $30.
Yeah.
So I just saved the hassle and went to In-N-Out. I took them to In-N-Out. So we go to In-N-Out, and I specifically ask them, what exactly do you want? Because typically I just order for them and they eat what they get. And so our neighbor friend said, hi, I would like a grilled cheese. She likes the grilled cheese from In-N-Out. And then Haley's like, I want a burger specifically with cheese, pickles, ketchup only. Meat, cheese, pickles, ketchup only. Okay. So I order it, and that's what we get. We get back to the house. I set up their stuff like they're eating or whatever. And I walk by Haley, and she's taking the pickles out of her burger. And I'm like, baby, what are you doing? You ordered that. Like, you wanted the pickles. And she's like, I don't want them anymore. And I made the comment that my mom made to me all growing up. And I said, I was like, honey, that's like wasting food. Like, there's kids in other places that don't have food.
That shit don't work no more.
Yeah, that don't have food that would love to eat those pickles. Like, you ordered them, you're going to eat them. And you know what she says to me with a straight face? Like, she's like, well, take it to them then. Dude, I died on the inside. Like, I ran in to tell Nick because I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't believe she said that to me.
My 5-year-old did that to me, too.
Dude,
He literally
rude.
said that. He said, then take it to him.
That's like
Yeah.
that's like a rational response, though. Like, I just didn't expect her to like process information to say that to me. You know,
Yeah.
I wanted her to eat them.
Yeah. That doesn't work anymore. I've tried to. The kids are like, and? They're like,
I know.
whatever. Like, unless I'm
Yeah.
going to show them like a video of these starving kids. Maybe that's it. Maybe we got to go at them the way they process information now, which is video.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to get terrible videos from like the humanitarian
Yeah,
society.
like
to be
the ones that have what's
little
your name singing on it.
Yeah.
In the arms
Yeah,
of-
little poor swollen belly babies that are all starving. Like, here, use this. Maybe that'll motivate you to not be.
I'm
so
telling you,
picky.
I want to take our kids to third world countries because they need to have a reality check. They do.
Yeah,
They really, really do, and I think it'd be a great experience.
I've
for
been
them.
to, and I wouldn't say a third world country. I mean, obviously there are parts of Mexico that are developing still that don't have even, and they're not even that far away from the
They don't
U.S.
even
border.
have water.
And
Yeah.
I've been down to those places, and I got invited into a home of a little kid who, like, we were down there on kind of like a mission trip building a church, and the kid like, come to my house, and literally we walk into this adobe brick structure.
That's crazy.
And the floor, you step down into the house, and it was one big, what we'd refer to as a studio, one big room. It was clay. The floor was clay.
How many people in it?
He had the kitchen was in one corner. The kitchen, no running water, but the kitchen where she'd cook. And then, like, there were a couple there was a bed in like one corner. There was probably 5 that lived in there.
Jesus.
And it was probably 800 square feet, maybe, but it was one big room. And then, of course, they had an outhouse.
I bet they
outside,
loved it though, huh?
I mean, he was
I mean,
so
I'm not
proud
saying-
of
yeah,
his house.
That's what I'm saying.
So anyway, that was like a big eye opener.
Aw,
Like,
that's
oh
sweet.
man, like
Yeah.
this is what, yeah. So
Not
picky
Haley.
ass kids. And then you got these picky ass kids and you get all mad.
It's funny because I actually saw someone yesterday and we were talking about, I do his taxes and he was just saying how this year was going to be bad. He made a lot of money and then I was like, well, it's good. He's like, dude, I have to now. And I'm like, what? And we kind of started talking about, because I'm going to be honest, I've had clients that for years, they were making $50,000 a year, a family of 5, and they were just fine.
Yeah.
Like they owned a home, they owned cars. I mean, they were paid off, the cars were paid off and they probably bought the house a long time ago, but they were doing fine, and it's like now it has kind of gotten a little bit crazy here. But it's just funny how these people, like what you're saying, they're surviving on probably
pennies a day.
And us in America are like, if I'm not making $200,000, I'm not comfortable.
It's crazy though too, how like, I don't understand.
But I kind of say that, if you're not making, but it is a little bit different in California. It's fucking expensive here now. And this whole thing is just inflation and it's crazy.
And they pay us more here because of that. But the point is like, I don't know how honestly, like, I don't know how some people have been able to pull it off lately. Because of that.
A lot of people aren't.
It's amazing, like how, but there are some people that are still, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know how they aren't. It's amazing out there that like I see it, and like I've been able to put myself in a pretty good position. You guys have been as well, but it's like, how are some people getting through this? Like, when this cost me a few more bucks, like I'm all right, cool, whatever, but I don't like it.
A lot of the
we live with it.
I mean, look at a lot of the things that you used to say. Like one would be, well, the way we save money is we cook ourselves. That shit ain't cheap anymore.
Yeah.
Or we buy a car that gets better gas mileage. Fucking gas is so damn expensive. It doesn't matter what, you know what I mean? That's costing you a ton of money. Yeah. So I mean, there's nowhere to save money anymore, and stuff has just gotten, it's wild, man. It sucks.
I went to
inflation's gonna go down though.
It was Mama Ross's birthday last week, and I went to Albertsons to get her flowers and a card, and I was in this long line, and the kids were in the car, and I was like, I need to get to the car. I left Beckham and Haley in there, and this lady, she had kids, and she probably was a single mom, but she was like putting stuff on the cart, like, I mean, cheap, like lean cuisine, like very cheap food. It wasn't like she was splurging. And she had like almost half of her cart on there to be scanned, and she's like, where are we at? And he's like $73, and she still had like cereal, milk, eggs, like still in her cart that wasn't scanned, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna have to do the math and put some of this stuff back. It hurt my feelings so bad. I literally just paid for groceries because I just couldn't, like, and it was like $110, but it was like basic necessities, and like just watching her have to like put like milk and stuff back, like it made me want to cry. Like I just couldn't believe it.
You paid for her groceries or like the extra amount?
No, I paid for all of it.
What?
Yeah.
Damn. She gets mad at me for buying something at 7-Eleven for fucking $8, dude.
Well, this is different. Like this is like a mom
Mother Teresa over here.
No, I'm just kidding.
Because when she had to put stuff back, like I just saw it in her face. Like it was like a broken moment of like, I'm not providing for my kids. You know what I mean? And so like it really hurt my feelings, and I just like couldn't have her leave that store with like doing that.
When this is a semi-related but different topic. When is the acceptable time where you can leave your kids in the car? I'm just wondering. Because I grew up in the 80s when my ass was in the car at like 3, bro. Cracked the window. Mom went into the store. It was no big deal.
You can't do it anymore.
What's the acceptable age? I mean, obviously you have a teenager.
I think 12.
12.
Well, right. Someone can't say shit
No,
to you.
not 12. I would say like 3. As long as they know how to roll the fucking window down, it should be good.
Jesus Christ.
No, but the windows are power now. You don't have the roller.
Okay,
no, I think
feel
like
comfortable 8. At 8.
Yeah, 8.
But right. I know like our surrounding civilians around us are gonna throw a fit about it. So I think 12.
It also depends on what the weather is.
Yeah, say in the summertime, there's no acceptable time to do it because you can't leave the car running.
Yeah, where exactly you're at. Are you in a nice area? I mean, even that doesn't matter, but. Yeah, I mean, if you're walking in and out, I mean, but yeah.
Or maybe it's never. People
dude,
are afraid.
I used to go to the grocery store, and my mom would be like, you don't shut up. You're going to sit in the car the whole time. And I'm like, All right, well then I'll sit in the car. She'd be in there for an hour and 15 minutes.
And you didn't
dude.
have a cell phone,
No.
dude, and you're just
You
like
sat there and just
eating candy out of her purse and stuff like
Dude.
that. Been there.
yeah.
Exactly. What's up? Bunch of old school OGs over here. We know
That's
what's
right.
up.
So me and Nick are developing a new characteristic
Oh shit! I
Because-
don't know what this is.
because
so it's-
Nick is aging me. I swear, we are two old elderly people.
I'm like that though. I think I was probably like I'm what they call an old soul. My wife and I both, we're old souls.
Were you
Yeah.
like that when you were young too?
Like you guys literally are the youngest friends we have. No,
Oh, wow.
second only.
what do you
Like,
mean
honestly,
the youngest? I'm your age.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
but you got a bunch
literally
of old-
like you, and then like there's another couple that have kids the same age as us. Like y'all are the youngest. Other than that, like all of our friends, older people.
When you say older, what do you mean? Like 50?
I mean, they were in their 50s,
Yeah.
even 60s. Like, yeah, crazy, right?
Wow. Were you an old soul when you were young too? You think?
I don't know.
Or when did you pick that up? After you had kids?
Probably no, before that. I think before we
Really?
had kids, when we actually like had our, got married and had our house, like just because I guess that was the situation we're in. Our neighbors and stuff were friends, and they were older, and then we'd go places with them and that kind of stuff. So yeah, then we just preferred that because it was less
Yeah.
riffraff.
Yeah.
So we play phone games now. And I just think that's such an old person thing to do because we don't play like
Old people don't even have phone games, but you're saying we play them
like
together.
I play solitaire. No, we don't play together, and I'll tell you why. So I got hooked on. Since we didn't get to go to Vegas, I did throw a little fit. I did on the inside to myself. I threw a fit with myself, not involving Nick. So I found this app where I can play blackjack,
Okay,
and it's
yeah.
like Vegas style.
Sure.
Like, and you can do like there's slots. Like it's like
not
a whole
real
thing.
money, but yeah.
It's not real money, but it gets me like hot and ready to like when I do go to Vegas. Like I'm just learning to like make sure you read cards and you're
Right.
like paying
When
attention.
to double
and
down. When
you
to-
can
yeah.
see how other people like do things and like what so it's like it's actually a good learning
Mhm.
experience for me. Thank you very much. And I do have an account balance of 1.3 million. Thank you very much,
All
because
right.
your girl's a G over here. Anyway, and so
But
I'm
how many
like,
times have you gone to 0 and then got back up to 1.3?
oh, several times because I put money on. Well, here's the problem with blackjack is if it's 3 people at a table and you're the last person, the 2 people can fuck your shit up. They
Oh,
can
yeah.
take the dealer's
the
best
last
card.
one is the toughest one because you could fuck everybody's whole thing up. Everybody, yeah.
I have done that intentionally when people fuck my shit up. So like when they hit, for example, like if the dealer is showing like
A 2.
no, like a 10, but you haven't seen any 10s come out, like they're gonna come out
Oh,
because
yeah,
she's
yeah.
probably gonna want like you know what I mean. Like I don't know what she's carrying, like whatever. So this guy had a 10, and I knew it was gonna be a 10 because we were playing like 6 rounds, and I saw the pattern. Like even the guy next to me saw the pattern. Like we were well aware of what's happening, and I was like, and he didn't double down on it. It made me so mad because he could have, right? So then he got a 10, and then this motherfucker thought I'm gonna hit again because he wanted 21 because she probably is showing a 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he hits and
And
takes
what did
an
he
8.
have?
He took an 8. He had 20. He hit on a 20.
Okay, see, but that's just someone being stupid.
Yeah.
Trying to get an ace.
But
Yeah.
but it was just like stupid things
But
like that,
nobody's
or
going to do that in Vegas.
No.
or
Not
people like
impossible.
will hit on like a 17 or like a 13 when she's showing a 2. Like then she the highest number she would have is a 12, like a 10 or 12.
Yeah.
So it'd be like 10 and 2, and like anyway. I don't want to go into it. It just makes me crazy. But Nick over here, he started playing games on his phone too, and his favorite is Angry Birds.
I played a little bit of that, and then I stopped because it just got too stupid.
So as you guys know, Nick
Charge
has
me money.
Nick has a temper. He gets litty titty, right? We're aware. With
Pissed at
stocks,
Babe,
putting the toilet
relax.
seat on, watching sports, do anything, putting something together. He loses his mind. I mean, completely different person. Very volatile. That's you. So we're sitting in bed. I'm playing like my little old lady game, and he's playing his little like Angry Birds game. And
God, man.
I see it. He starts fuming. Like it's going. Plays another one. Oh my god, it's getting worse. Then he starts screaming.
tower won't fall.
He's screaming at the phone. Screaming at the phone. Next thing you know, he throws his phone, chucks it at the wall.
I didn't throw it at the wall. That's not
Over
true.
an
I threw it on the
angry-
ground.
But it hit our desk.
Carpet. No,
It
it
hit the desk.
didn't.
Oh,
That's when I
no.
dropped it in the.
No.
That's when I
Oh,
threw
you
it down on the
dropped it?
sink.
Oh, okay.
I
No.
threw it at the ground. What I did is I
You
kicked the
chucked it,
box.
though.
That's what I did.
You chucked it.
I
It
kicked
wasn't.
the box.
I don't know.
That's what I did. I kicked the box that was on the ground because I was
There's not
mad.
even money in Angry Birds though. Like I
I
understand with the stocks, you get a little fired up, but
I'm going to tell you right now.
Angry Birds.
damn,
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
Fucking towers,
I've got
man.
mad one time playing
No,
it,
he
Jesus.
he
No,
throws
I
his little
don't.
fits,
I don't
yes.
throw the fun. I got mad one time.
God.
So I just can't take him anywhere.
Yeah.
You act like I'm doing this shit everywhere. I do it. I never get mad at anything.
You know,
I
he
just-
comes to me yesterday and he's like, "Babe, like, you know, I'm getting, you know, really good at stock.
I'm
Like,
actually
giving me
getting
this,
good at it.
He's
All right.
giving me this whole spiel, which I already know. I don't need to have this conversation with him.
But
like,
he's priming you for something. He's asking
he
you for
wants to
something,
put more
right?
money in the
I
No,
know
I
it.
didn't. I didn't
I know
say.
he does.
I didn't say
it.
that.
He didn't say
I
it.
didn't. That's not what I wanted. Don't even
That's
try that.
100% what you
No,
want.
it's not.
Okay,
That's
well,
crazy.
anyway.
I was like proud of myself
He
because
was.
I've been
He
doing
wanted
really
me,
good.
He wanted me to be like, "You're such
Dude,
a good
I've
boy.
gotten to the
You're
point
such
now.
a good boy." That's
No,
my Nick.
I've gotten to the point.
Oh my God, it's so hot. I'm wet. You're crushing it at them stocks. But this is the best thing he says to me after he's going on and on about it, right? He goes, "The only problem I have is my temper."
I
and
do.
I'm like, you can't even play Angry Birds
It's not.
and not lose your shit. Like, you're
it's
just
not
not
as
made
much
for
my
stuff
temper.
like that.
It's trading, and you have to not be emotional. And I am an emotional person.
Yeah.
So sometimes I let it get the best of me. But the last month, I'm going to be honest with you, dude. I've probably had 50 good trades and maybe 5 bad ones. And like, I've gotten to where I've limited what I lose. And I don't know. I think so I'm doing micros right now. So I don't, I'm not getting these huge, they're $5 a handle.
Sure.
So if it goes up, 6, 7 handles, I make 35, 40 bucks on a trade. If I'm doing that in a regular, not micros, but the regular ones, it's 10 times that.
Sure.
So one trade could be $300-$400. But that's why I'm building it up.
So you can go to that next level.
So that I can get that. So I can get my pattern, or so I can get my strategy down. And I have gotten really good at my strategy. Like, I know what to look for, I know what to wait for. And then boom, you do that. Dude, you have one trade where you make 5 handles, you make $250, and you're done.
Here's what's
You're done
crazy
for the day.
though is Nick listens. He's like on this like little group thing. I don't know. It's cool. It is. But there's this main guy that's like very well known. And
He's
whatever.
a big. I do like it's a live trading room with him, and he teaches everybody what to do.
But
and he's a millionaire.
occasionally he'll have this guy in there, right? I'm cleaning the house.
God, this one guy.
And it's early in the morning because it's always early in the morning with trading. And so he's like yelling in the room. And I'm like, oh, here we go, right? But this time it wasn't over the stocks. He's like, come in here and listen to this motherfucker. Listen to him. He's eating, right? And this is all you hear. Like loud.
Oh, dude, it's so bad.
The dude was eating
For like-
on the
Dude,
live
for
room.
like-
it wasn't my normal guy. It was this guy that helps out.
Yeah.
And he's really cool. So I want to make that very clear because I know that there's a couple guys in there that are listening to the podcast
But he's
now.
eating though, while he's on the
eats
microphone.
the whole time. I don't even know
not
how.
like one meal.
It's not like
constant.
one meal. He's always eating. Every time he's ever done it, he's always eating. And it's not like sometimes you hear a little bit of a smack at you.
Oh God.
The whole and
And
he
And it's
is
like he's
losing-
doing it in the mic. I'm like,
Oh.
dude. So I made a joke one time. I go, have you ever seen Ocean's 11? And you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
And he's like, no, I've never seen it. I'm like, you're just like Brad Pitt in that movie. And he's like, oh, I don't like, he basically like, oh, I'm not going to look like that or whatever. I'm like, no. You fucking eat all the time, dude. You're never not eating, dude. I've never seen anything like it in my life. This guy eats.
Anyway, he's screaming at the screen. Like, it's just so
I
upset.
was.
And I was
She thought I was like losing money.
I was on FaceTime with my mom. My mom's like, what is going on? I was like, you want to see what's going on? Like, here, take a look at your
She heard it.
son-in-law.
She was on speakerphone. She heard that motherfucker smack him. It was
It
crazy.
was crazy loud.
So I saw this story that it does kind of speak. You're talking about playing games on phones. So I'm not super familiar with this dude, but apparently he's like kind of an up and coming country star. Jelly Roll. Oh, he's a big dude, right? He's a big guy. Anyway, he actually went on Twitter to say he was going into 2023 without a phone.
Oh, wow.
Like he said, I'll hop on every now and then from the studio computer and say hello, but I'm going into 2023 with no phone. I want to be present in every situation and peaceful next year. He said the last time I spent a year without a phone was incredible. So like this dude is just getting rid of his.
That brings up a good kind of point. Like,
yeah,
so,
Brett Eldridge did it too. Apparently, he's been pretty vocal about his decision to trade in his device for a flip phone for a while. And he said basically he wrote new music, tapped in his artistic growth and identity, and he said I recommend it to everybody.
Do you guys have New Year's resolutions?
Wait, hold on a second. I don't want to get off this real quick. I'm sorry.
We're not.
Could
I'm
you
not-
do it?
Could you do it?
I don't know. I don't do a lot of
Besides what you need it for work. Like,
Right,
you
which-
know, obviously you could use a flip phone and do whatever.
yeah. For
Could
phone
you,
calls.
you think you'd go without it?
I think I should.
I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea. Because I don't do a lot of, like, I'm that dude who's on social media that for the most part is just consuming. I'm just watching other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And because it's entertainment, but it's mindless, stupid entertainment.
It
It's
is.
sometimes informational and educational, but I don't know. Could I be present more? Absolutely. Because there'll be times like I'll be into something and my kids will be saying something to me and I'm not
You don't
paying
even
attention.
hear
My
what
wife will
they
be
say.
like, they're talking to you. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, shoot, sorry.
Yeah.
Total, like, that's bad. Like, I need to not do that. So I think I should. I don't know if I could, though.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
about
it'd be
you, babe?
hard.
I mean, I think I probably could.
It would be
I
harder
don't
than crack.
desire
I'm
that.
telling you right now.
Plus,
It'd be
I'm
hard.
not always on my phone though. That's the thing.
Okay, I do want to say this too. When we just started playing these games, like before that, we didn't really.
Well, because
didn't
we
play any
got
games.
ditched for Vegas. That's what started.
So
it all.
this isn't something we always do,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean, I think I could do it. As long as I wish I had one of those Nextel phones. Remember the walkie-talkie ones?
The push to talk, the
Dude, I wish we had. That's all we would need. Just the family needs it. We just, what's up, babe? All right.
that stuff
And
was
it-
awesome.
That was. So, I don't know why that technology. Well, I guess you don't need it because the cell phones just
I
work.
mean,
But
yeah.
I think I could do it. I think I do like what he's saying, and it does sound. You know, it sounds like he's on the right. I mean, he's on to something because when I was younger, like we didn't have cell phones. Even high school, college, I didn't even have
No.
one until like my second year of college.
That was me, second year of
yeah,
college.
and like
LA Cellular.
yeah, and when you're like that, you remember back in the days, like like you called home phones, and you called, and if you missed your buddy by 5 minutes, you missed him for the night.
Voicemail, yeah.
It was over.
Answering machine.
Yeah, answer machine.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to. You were always finding out ways of like stuff to do and find different. You were always engaging in something that was more productive.
Or you roll around the neighborhood as a kid. Where are the homies at? They're
Dude,
here somewhere. I'm gonna ride.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go check at our tree fort. I'm gonna go check at his house, and then you find a pile of bikes. You know,
Dude,
where everyone's
I
at.
was on TikTok last night for fucking 2 hours.
That's crazy.
I just was in bed. She was out watching a show in the living room, which she never does, but she wanted to get away from me for the night. So I just
Oh
laid
my
in bed.
gosh.
I just laid in bed and there was nothing on. I never do this, but I watched fucking TikTok for 2 hours, dude.
That's
Might
a
have been
lot.
3. I don't even know.
That's a lot.
And the stuff I was watching, dude. Oh my God. I was watching dudes play like Madden football and losing their fucking mind. And I'm like, just crazy
See,
stuff,
this is
dude.
why you think it's acceptable behavior because you watch.
I know,
on
since I
TikTok.
watch it.
But sometimes I think it's good, like if you have a shit day and you go on TikTok and like
Yeah,
you
I
just
agree.
laugh, and it like really brightens
For
up
sure.
your day.
But
For
when you do it too much, like that's
Yeah.
something I like about us is we'll watch it for. She'll go, hey, I got some funnies, and then we'll watch them for 15 minutes, and then we're kinda
Yeah.
done, you
Yeah.
know?
No, I think I could do a better job of being like more present because, yeah, I mean, this is the only period in the history of the world where you're present with somebody, but then you're engaging with somebody who's not there.
Yeah.
And this is the first time, like Nick right now, literally, he just said, yeah, but he's in his phone. See,
Well,
perfect
I
example.
got a message from one of my trading guys.
But that's the point, right?
Yeah,
that's
you're
the
right.
point. You're in the middle of a conversation and you're like, and then you're engaging with somebody else. The first time in history you've been able to do that. And it's okay, but it's
Yeah.
also sometimes like, not good. So anyway, I could probably do less, I think. I don't know if I could go cold turkey. I mean, there's certain things that I obviously
dude,
use for.
I bet it. I would like to just try. We should do this. Like, try to do it for like a week, and just see.
I bet you the withdrawals would be worse than drugs. I don't
think
know.
it would
I've never
be
been on
tough.
drugs, but I would think it'd be.
Babe,
really
we should
hard.
do it just as like an experiment. All three, or I mean,
Or go buy a flip phone.
phones,
Go get
yeah.
you a burner flip phone, and then and just rock with that for.
You guys are making me cry.
I missed the Moto Razor was pretty
That was
sweet ass
sick.
phone.
Yeah.
That was a
The
sick phone.
razors. Oh,
Yeah,
when they came out the colors. Oh,
the pink one. Yep.
oh, the pink one.
Yep, that
slaps.
was sweet. No, I saw one the other day for sale. Like it was a burner one, and I'm like, flip phone's not a bad idea.
It's still cute, and
Yeah.
it's something to do.
But
Just,
you
like,
can't listen to
flip
the podcast on that. So you know what? This is a bad idea, everybody. You should keep your cell phones and listen to the podcast on it.
I know.
Yeah.
On Spotify or
So,
Apple or Google.
This is a gross conversation, and it's TMI. So if you don't want to hear it, just, fast forward. I don't know. Or just listen to it. So all the ladies listening, I'm sure everyone is aware of PCOS, right? Polycystic ovary. Okay, whatever. You basically have low estrogen, high testosterone or androgen for a female. Well, that causes like complications. Like I get like really big cysts, like things like that, like from hormone imbalance is what it is. And I'm supposed to be taking birth control because it helps regulate your hormones, but I just can't do it. I don't know why. Like I go to take the pill, I put it in my mouth, and then I think like I'm going to die. I don't know. Like I'm a hypochondriac. I don't like taking stuff. Like I have a hard time with birth control. I'll eat a Filet-O-Fish at McDonald's, but I will not. I don't know. I need to though for my health. Like I have to have it. And so with that said, it causes like heavy monthly feminine
flows.
Oh, this is a good one, babe. You're gonna admit this on here?
I am.
Holy shit.
So
new year, new Heather.
Mind you, I think I got her pregnant last month, and she had a miscarriage, right?
Because I didn't take a test. It was so bad. Like I felt like I was birthing something. Like it was so bad. But anyway,
I still got it, dude.
That's right. Fellas are still swimming. What's up?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Obviously, that one wasn't swimming very good. Fucking came out of the Nemo sack.
Yeah.
So anyway, I like have really heavy, just horrible. I've never had it before. Like I used to be a light feather flowing in the wind. Like I barely just put a piece of tape there and I'm good. Not anymore. I am like I just birthed every month. Like that's how I feel. Like it's so bad. And I would like bleed through clothes. Like it's so disgusting. And I don't feel feminine during my monthly stuff now because I'm like, my cramps are so bad. I get headaches. Like I get overheat, like my body overheats. Like it's a shit show over here. And I was tired of bleeding through my shit because then it's gross. Okay, this is way gross. But then
I've seen her walk out of the bathroom with a tampon in and blood dripping on the ground.
Like it's
so
is that
too
bad.
Much?
No, I swear I'm like, can I get the super plus super extra super? Like just give me a dildo that like sucks blood
I go get them for her, I'm like, yeah, where's the supers? They're like, you fucking poor guy. Jesus.
I know. It's so sad. But anyway.
Price check on the supers, this poor bastard.
Yeah.
So it's like it just sucks, and it wasn't always like this. So it's new for me, and it's like haven't figured out a method. Now my thing is I can't wear pads because they gross me out. Like I can't walk around in a pad, right? And at nighttime, like I think it's unhealthy to let a tampon be in there for like 9 hours straight without changing it. But I'm not gonna set an alarm to go change it. So I came up with this idea, right? So
crazy,
should I say it or should I not say it?
Too late now.
I got a picture. Yeah, go ahead.
So anyway, I take Nick's that like I finally am like I'm fucking doing it because I bled through a pair of my favorite leggings and I was just over it. I'm like, this is so insane. Like it cannot be right. Like I'm dying. And I got checked for endometriosis and I don't have that. And that's like a huge symptom. And they took a cell out and like I don't have it. So until I get on this birth control, this is where I'm at. And it'll push me to get on the birth control.
You're beating around the bush.
Just, like,
get to the good part.
So anyway, I finally had enough. So Nick's gone and I'm with Haley and I make irresponsible decisions when Nick's not around and I'm with my daughter because we're both sassy and we're
whenever
savages.
You're ready, babe.
So we go to Target and I went down the tampon pad section.
And I can't say it, dude.
I was looking for something specific and I found a woman's diaper. Like it's a diaper.
Yeah.
It's Poise underwear with like a built-in pad machine.
Yeah,
okay. So I buy 2 boxes of them because I don't know my size. And there's like there was one that's like lacy kind of. And then there's one that's like
straight sumo wrestler.
Straight fucking diaper. Okay. So I buy both and I'm checking out. I have no shame at this point because I'm actually like, I'm so desperate to like figure out a plan for me that I'm just, maybe a woman would be like, hey, that works for me, or like say something to me to give me like encouragement. And so I'm checking out, I'm walking out, and then I start kind of getting embarrassed because Haley's holding him. Okay. And they're big ass boxes with a huge picture that's like, these are fucking women's pad panties, basically. Right. And so there's a lady there and she like kind of looks at the box and then I'm like, and Haley looks like she's going to drop it. I'm like, make sure you don't drop those. I'm like, make sure you don't drop your diapers because she calls them a diaper. I told her we're going to Target to get diapers. And she goes, these aren't my diapers, Mom. They're for you because you're bleeding. Like just so loud. I wanted to die in Target. So I go in the car and I'm like, okay, I'm going to put these on. Nick's still gone, right? So I put the lacy one on and I have like a robe thing on and I like take a picture and I send it to him and I'm like.
Hold on a second though.
Okay.
I'm at football practice.
Oh, football practice. Yeah.
I'm at football practice while she sends me this picture. I'm calling plays for the kids off my phone. So my phone, I'm showing them do this play.
Oh no, and it popped up?
Dude, it fucking pops up and I go, whoa, and I just put it down real quick.
No response, though. It was so sad.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that in front of the kid?
I was
I'm doing practice.
to make it like sexy, you know. Anyway, he comes home, and I only sleep in.
I didn't know though that they were diapers. I thought she sends me pictures, you know.
They
so
look because they look like underwear,
They
but
actually
you
look
don't
pretty
know
good.
that there's.
The only problem is they got a fucking tailbone. You got a tail sticking out the back. It's got a tailbone pad. It looks like a football player with a tailbone pad coming out the back. It's fucking huge, dude.
You're not sure if you want to rip it off or go under center and call it play.
Seriously.
The best part, they're poised and they're like so cute in the front, but in the back they're fucked up. And they're basically thongs on me because my butt's so big. Like my butt cheeks like swallow them up. So it's like a thong. It really is what it is. And so I'm wearing it. I'm like kind of like, oh, I don't want to be like gross to my husband. Like I still want to be sexy, but like I can't bleed in our white sheets. Like I can't do it anymore. Like I'm over it. So I go to sleep in them. Fucking amazing. No leaks, no nothing. Just slip that bitch off, trash it, put on a tampon, go on with my day, and then do it again at night. Like I wear them at night. Or if I'm just around the house. I would never leave in them, ever. I will put 10 tampons in before I leave with a pad. So, so here's what's funny is I wore it the second night at night, and Nick like goes to touch me down there, and he's like, what the fuck? He's like, this is like cardboard box. Like he was knocking on it. And it was like hard as fuck. And I start dying. Like it was so funny. So I stand up and I turn around and I show him the back part. Because the back part, it's hilarious. It's like so funny. And he was just, I don't know. So it's embarrassing, but I also try to make it fun.
But
you know?
did it distract him?
No.
Detract him from the mission?
No.
Of course not.
Yeah. He would slip the diaper to the side.
Yeah.
He would allow me to wear them doggy style with my tail and just slip that shit to the side.
Dude, I'll go all in when she's dripping on the fucking on the tile if she lets me.
I know, like I get out of the bath and it's like, oh, there it goes. There, it's soap. I need to get on
just
birth
take
control.
but you just can't physically swallow the pill. Like
no, it's like okay. So growing up, like I've never been on birth control. Like I just had a hard time believing it. And I'll tell you why. So. I watched a video on like what it is exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like a lying pill. It like tells your body you're pregnant.
Yeah.
And it releases.
Is that what it does?
Yeah, it releases this like this stuff that's what birth control is made out of to tell your body that you're pregnant.
It's like HGC,
so you don't produce
right?
eggs, right?
Isn't
So, like,
it HGC or
think something like that.
I don't know what it is.
That, yeah.
So it makes the egg drop and like flushes it
That's
out.
right. Yeah, yeah.
So it's like it won't be fertile. Like it
Right.
makes you think you're pregnant. And so, but it's also has estrogen in it. It's supposed to help.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of benefits, but just that whole part of like, and then if you miss, like you could just throw it off. And then I've seen people have like really bad acne. I've seen people gain weight. I've seen like so much stuff where I was like, I don't want that for myself. And I never had issues.
Can't there be an estrogen supplement or something you take?
Yeah, but it makes me sick.
Oh.
Like sick. So I can't do it. I can't do
So
that.
diapers it is.
Yeah.
Diapers
So
it is.
so that's
They're actually kind of cute though. I'll be honest with you.
poise. Oh, it's so cute. But so
As long as she doesn't turn around. If I only see her from the front,
they're sexy.
dude, they're sexy.
They are. They have like a little bow and everything. It's like so cute.
Yeah.
But I just like I think and then too like I've read like people who stay on birth control for long periods of time. See, my doctor wants me to do it for a year and then get off and see if that like because then I'm gonna have to get surgery to remove these cysts because they're growing.
Ugh.
Like they're getting bigger and there's a bunch of them. I have like 40 of them.
Oh my god,
it's crazy. And so I'm a hot mess. And so that's why I don't know. I have a hard time doing it. And too, like if you're on it for a long time, then you get off, like you'll have like significant body changes, or like sometimes you can get infertile. I've heard there's so many mixed stuff where it's like, it's hard for me to find like a middle ground to be comfortable with it. So I just have a hard time. Plus I don't like being dependent on stuff. Like I don't like having to like, did I take my birth control?
And you gotta take it the same time every day. Like,
but I have to for my health. Like I need to do it. So, and I gross myself out with wearing these diapers. I do. I literally, like, it's funny. It was funny at first. It was fun at first. I'm like, ooh, like look at me in a diaper. Like it's cute. But now it's like, dude, I'm just laying in bed, just fucking leaking in this thing. Like it's gross.
I know, and it's like when I think about it, it's like what we were talking about with, in New Year's. Yeah. Like if you take a shit, it's just smearing all over your butt cheeks and all in the hole.
Well, luckily, I do have to say, Poise came up with it because there was no mess.
How is that not happening?
I don't know.
It not causing a mess?
Because I think it's like so padded where it like
absorbs it.
Dude, I'm
like
not joking. That pad that comes out the back. Remember high school football? That tailbone pad.
Right.
Bro,
right.
It looks exactly like
that.
Under
center, like white 90.
Yeah, seriously.
White 90.
Yeah.
Super wide.
Red 90.
Hot route. Yeah.
Red 90.
You're like Peyton Manning. Omaha.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy.
So that's kind of
wow
where your girl's at. But I have to say, it's so comfortable. Like, because I've always worn tampons my whole life, and you can get toxicity and like die. Like women have died from wearing them because it absorbs, and sometimes it will unabsorb and like release all the chemicals, or some tampons are bleached. It's like a whole thing.
You know what I always wonder, and I guarantee this is a thing.
What?
I guarantee this is a thing, and I could be wrong. But there's some fucking people that they're they're what do you call it? They're like staying clean. They're taking showers and doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're what
being normal?
No, what's that called when you're no
hypochondriacs or
like when people don't take care of themselves, or they whatever, they don't. Anyways, I guarantee you, dude, and I hope I'm wrong about this. Some people, I bet, like some people are just lazy, like they put a tampon in, they're like, I'm good, I don't want to get up and go. And they're fucking leaving tampons in there for I'm sure. I guarantee that there's been people that left them in there for 2-3 days, just fucking marinating in that thing, dude.
I don't think so.
I guarantee you that it happens, babe. I mean, I would hope not, but dude,
I just threw up my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, there's some gross ass people out there.
There are,
and
wait, I have to tell you guys
hygiene.
A funny story.
They have bad hygiene,
bad hygiene. Okay.
And so like they're lazy people, and they just kind of like, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but you never know.
So my girlfriend,
she did it.
She told me a story about. So she owns like a beauty salon with like different stuff, like nails, hair, like whatever. She has like people that work in there, and really good friend of mine. And so we're sitting there, and
okay, I was joking when I said she did it because she listens and she's a good friend of ours.
No, she didn't do it. So
I know, that's what I'm saying. I was joking.
I'm asking her, like, hey, what's the rent for the building she's in? Because she's on Rosedale High, like a prime spot. And so I just wanted to know. And her husband has like a tattoo shop, like 2 doors. So they have 2 units in this like prime spot. So I wanted to know like how she got in there and whatever. And so we're talking about it. And she goes, yeah, I actually got lucky with this because there used to be a boutique there. And the lady, like, it wasn't doing very well. And so my girlfriend offered to sublease it from her. And they worked out this deal. And, like, my girlfriend's like me, like, has to redo shit to make it, so she put a lot of money and stuff into it. And the problem, though, is this lady that had it before her, like, wouldn't leave, really. Like, she had a hard time, I think, letting it go. Like, and her husband, like, they had money. So she was just, like, throwing money at it. But, like, it wasn't, profiting. And it took my girlfriend a long time to finally get in there. And when she did get in there, it smelled so bad. And my girlfriend's like, dude, like, I thought like a rat died, or like the sewer came back up, and like,
was it no tampon?
Was it this whole thing? And so she
I tell you,
and someone that she worked with like went through to look for what the problem was, right? And one of the girls that works with her like went into the restroom and saw like a trash can with pads, bloody pads that had opened, and it was her, like the lady that was there before, like had a stank.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm telling you, man.
And she left
the thing,
and like it was hot because it was during the summer. She never had the AC on, and it was just like soaking it up. she said that she had to repaint everything like 2 times to like get the smell
Because
out.
the smell will stick to paint.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
that's foul.
Dude, it will.
Yeah, and she's like, and this woman was like a wealthy, like well-off older woman, like in a grown woman, just like not because I'm like, well, what do you do with pads? Because I don't wear pads, and she's like, well, you wrap them up and you wrap them in toilet paper, and then you make sure they're tight and like secure.
But these
and then you put them in there.
clamshells open back up.
This bitch was like ripping it off her panties and like dumping it and then like left it there. I would be so embarrassed.
Her store wasn't doing well because people were walking in and like, oh, this place is nice, but it
these
smells
flowers
like hot
are
vagina.
these flowers are rotten.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So anyway, that was like
It smells like a
cracking me
seafood
up.
restaurant here.
I don't have like stinky peers. I don't know if that's an imbalance or what, but like that.
So I
was
do want to
trick.
say, like, obviously we're men, so we've been with women. Well,
Well, you've
so-
been with more than
so
probably
what I'm saying is
normal men
I've been around women that were attractive, kept good care of themselves, had good hygiene from what I could see,
and feel.
and sometimes you just get some bad ones. Sometimes I think it's they're something's off balance, and it's a little bit of a different
Well,
smell.
bacteria vaginosis
And not only that,
is a big thing, and that causes like a stank cooch.
And I'm
that's
trying
just
not to say something because I don't want to offend, because I know we got a little off there with the
The
roast beef, Arby's
Jesus.
sandwiches. So I'm not saying this is an insult, but I've been with somebody or, people that like they'd get out of the shower and that shit would still smell the same.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what that is.
And this is
that's like a hormone imbalance, or like that's like
something.
your pH is like off because you
Yeah.
have like good bacteria and bad bacteria
Yeah.
in there, and if they're not balanced and the bad one takes over, then it causes like a smell.
all I have to say is after listening to all your story here, that
Whose?
listen to
Hers?
all of Heather's story, like as guys, what's our biggest issue with like below the waist, boxers or briefs? That's it.
Yeah.
That's all
Wait,
we
say
have
that
to
again?
I said
Oh, that's
our
all we have to
only
worry
issue
about.
is boxers or briefs. That's it. There's
Yeah.
no other issue and nothing else.
I know it's
There
not
is
fair.
though, because I'm gonna tell you right now, you wear some fucking boxer or the briefs, and you go to the gym, dude. I don't care who you are, you'll get a fucking musky smell going down there.
That's true.
She likes it, but you know what's weird is guys. That guys, I don't know what it is about us, and maybe I'm the only one, but I know I'm not because why does everybody after you scratch your nuts they have to smell it? Do you do that or no?
I actually don't.
Okay, well, maybe it's just me.
I don't know.
Dude, I've seen
Wait,
it.
I have to ask you, the girl that had the stank nani,
Which one?
I don't know any of them.
Jesus.
Did you continue to hook up with them, or was it one and done?
100%. Oh, more
See-
than once,
see,
or just
guys-
finish the actual mission?
No,
at
like
that
more
point?
than once.
Oh, I don't know. More once.
Yes.
Well, I dated one.
Okay, so like women get so insecure about that, but like guys really don't care unless you're like a one-time hookup,
So-
and then they will ruin your name forever.
Yeah,
Mm.
let me say this. So I dated a girl who so we were together. I never mentioned to her like, hey, that shit is bad. Like I never said like, whoa, this is really bad.
She
It
thought
smells
you were
bad.
really into it because you were crying during sex.
Yeah.
Your
Wait,
eyes were
did
watering.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right
Wait,
now.
did you go down there though? Did your face?
She
in it?
wouldn't let me because she knew it
Oh,
was
she
bad.
knew.
But we never talked about it.
She's like,
we
"Oh,
never spoke. It wasn't ever like, hey, like she never said, well, I got a problem or it's this or that. Dude, I remember one time when I was at football at BC, and I was with her the night before, and I went to practice the next morning, and I went and put my mouthpiece in my mouth, and dude, it smelled like shit.
How
Smelled
is
like
that
some food.
possible?
But let me just say this. So,
Because
hold on,
Nick's
hold on,
putting
hold
it
on, hold
under
on.
his balls
So
to keep it warm.
hold on a
before he
second.
puts
Hold
it
on a
in his
second.
mouth.
So we stopped dating, and I ended up moving to San Diego. And mind you, we had never ever mentioned anything about a smell. Like I didn't want to ever offend her, and I think I could tell she was probably a little insecure about it. But we never talked about it. She came down to San Diego to visit me, maybe like a year after I had been there, and we hooked up that night. And we went out, and then we hooked up. And after we were done that night, she like, this is how I knew. This is when I finally knew she got it. She was insecure about it. She goes, like, said something along the lines of like, she like smelled her panties, and she's like, "Oh, doesn't that smell good?" And I was like,
Oh.
and it didn't smell. Didn't smell. I think she did something special for that night, because the next morning she was like, she's like, I already got my point across, motherfucker. It's like she would not hook. It was over. So I think
wanted you to know
she
it wasn't
wanted me to
stank.
know like it wasn't stinky. That so maybe she fixed it.
But I'll tell
I don't
you
know.
what it is, what I think it is. Because I've had it before. I've gotten BV, bacterial vaginosis.
Uh-huh.
It's not like a sexual thing or anything. It's just when you're like pH balanced, and it's horrific, and you have to shove these like things up there to like help balance it out. Or,
I mean,
like,
I never realized that like the vagina was like a swimming pool. Like you have the pH got to be right,
Yeah.
the chlorine
Yeah.
levels. You got to put
You have your
tablets in it.
chemicals in there.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like
running
a
a
whole
jacuzzi.
thing. Yeah, it sucks. Like you, and two, like for example, like if you use scented body wash from like Bath and
It
Body
doesn't
Works.
work.
No. Like if
But
you
that makes
use,
it worse.
it makes it worse. Or like if you
Wow.
like use like a fruity lubricant, or like, because when I got
Like
BV
you try
one
to mask
time.
it with a fruity lubricant.
No, I'm just saying, like when I got BV one time, I went to I thought I had like a sexual transmitted disease. That's what I thought, because I was like, this is fucking not right. Like
Right.
something's wrong.
Like I'm baking bread down here. Something's up.
Yeah, like
How did you know that it smelled?
I could smell it.
So like when you say you could smell it, would you, like when you were
I could just smell it. Like it was just,
through your pants?
yeah, like it just was.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's
It was.
hot.
It was so
That
awful.
actually turns me on.
It was so awful. It was really bad, and I can't even explain it. So I went to the doctor, and
Is
I
that
for
a thing?
sure.
Is that a thing for women? Can you smell yourself?
Yeah.
You can? I've never been able to smell my balls from in my pants.
Well, no.
That's a thing
I mean,
for
if you
women.
have
Like if it's
that-
really bad, you can actually
Yeah.
smell it. Have you ever, when you had it, did you ever go around another guy or like any people and like
Fuck
maybe
no.
felt insecure? Like
Nope,
or
I
even
was
around
sick.
like friends?
I
you're
have the
sick.
flu. I'm not going around
My
anyone.
pussy has the flu.
Yeah, exactly. So like
I need a Z-Pack.
I went to the doctor, and they were like, I took all the tests because I was like, I fucked up. Like I think I slept with the wrong. Like I didn't know like what was wrong with me.
I don't know which one.
And so the doctor was like, "Oh, this is bacterial vaginosis. It's very common. The problem is once you throw it off, like it can happen again and again." And he gave me lists of things like no fruity lubricant, which I've never been into, so that wasn't a problem. But the thing I had an issue with was like scented body soap. Like you can't wash down there with it. You have to use unscented, gentle soap to keep it from not going on. Now I use scent. I've never had a problem since, but I remember being like, it was so bad, like horrific, and it takes your womanhood from you. I swear to God.
Wow, this is crazy. This is a crazy
Look it up. Bacterial vaginosis.
eye-opening
You know
conversation.
what's crazy now is
Body wash.
no one talked about it until on TikTok. I saw like this whole trend on BV, and I was like, oh, thank God. Like, cause it needs to be normalized. Like sometimes it happens. Now there's a difference. Like if you're diagnosed with it, or you're just disgusting and you're leaving cum in there for weeks from different dudes, or you do have chlamydia
I bet that's
or
happening a
gonorrhea.
lot too. I'm telling you, some of these women aren't cleaning those pussies out.
Yeah, you gotta take care of your flower
Oh man. Well,
every hour.
if it was out there on TikTok and now it's out there on a podcast. So now, we're your BB headquarters.
I know. Okay, so this morning, I have two things I want to say.
Can I give a shout out real quick?
Okay.
Can I give a shout out just real quick?
Yes.
One of the guys I'm trading with, he listened to the podcast and he said, I listened to the end of your last podcast with your wife, funnier than hell. And, this is on our trading thing on our Discord. So there's like a shit ton of people in there. So
Nice.
but his name's Diapers. So I always call him Vipe. So just want him to know that I saw it.
You need to give
While we're
a
podcasting.
nickname. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I call him Vipe. Mr. Vipe.
But he was
He changes his name all the time.
Well, wait, what was it?
Yesterday it was like fat pig hog midget or something, and then right now he just changed it to Pico. I don't know what this guy's funny,
Awesome.
dude. He does, yeah.
That's awesome.
He's a good dude though.
Oh, I have two more stories, but we have to wrap it up. So we'll save it for the next
There
one.
you go, because we're back.
We're back, and hope you enjoyed this episode. And make sure if you're out there and you want to try the Poise diapers, Target, man, it is legitimate and it will save you a bunch. If I ever go to New Year's in New York, I'm gonna bring it.
You've already practiced. You're good to go.
I know what to do.
And there's probably not a lot of podcasts that want to be sponsored by Poise, but you're like saying, "Hey, we're down."
Hell yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, this podcast is brought to you by theheatherpresley.com, and you can find our merchandise at theheatherpresley.com. And we have a 60% off discount code just for you, and it's code 2023 for 60% off everything on the website, and you get free shipping over $100. So we'll see you guys next time.